Getting the heck out of Dodge. That's what a lot of people seem to be doing in Manhattan recently, and moving companies think that it has a lot to do with coronavirus. Numbers from United Van Lines show a 40% uptick in moving inquiries as compared to this time last year, far outpacing the 8% national average. The data also shows that 61% of those making the move are over the age of 55. 25% of them are 25 to 40. Joining us now to talk about the why is Christina Dunn, who recently fled the city, and Ross Sapir, who owns New York-based Roadway Moving. Christina, let me start with you. Number one reason, why'd you leave?
I made the decision to leave, not too long ago, actually. My lease expired at the end of March, and I had been waiting to hear from my landlord about any sort of rent relief or any sort of help during this time, which they didn't offer. So financially for me, also not being able to work from home comfortably in my apartment, I made the decision, the financially difficult decision to leave New York at that time.
Ross, let me ask you, you're seeing a huge uptick in calls. What has the volume been like at your office?
Year over year, we see 179% increase.
And what are people telling you when they call? Get me out of here?
It used to be like that in March. It was like, get me out of here. Right now, it's a little bit more, some thought process behind it. So they're considering different options, but they still want to get out of here.
Christina, let me ask you, where did you go?
I have the privilege of living right outside New York City in my hometown right now, where my pregnant sister and father and mother are living. I've lived in New York for 13 years. It's my home, and it's not to say that I won't be back, especially now with what's going on. I'm hopeful to return and, make New York City my home again when the time is right.
Did the unrest have something to do with that thought process of saying, not ready yet?
The riots actually began this past weekend, which is the same weekend that I moved out. And if anything, the protests and the riots have made me feel compelled to return to the city sooner than anticipated. I'd love to, stand alongside my community and march in protest with them. I do live with my pregnant sister and see my diabetic father daily. So I do have to maintain social distancing standards. So it's very much so a conflict, but I would definitely like to be there. And it was very difficult emotionally and physically to move. But at the end of the day, it's not about us. It's about, what's going on in the city. It's truly remarkable and a manic time for New Yorkers.
Ross, let me ask you, where are people heading for the most part?
The biggest trends right now is New Jersey and Connecticut, South Connecticut. And if it's further down, let's say interstate, they will go to Florida. That's a very common destination. But what we see more than any other season, I would tell you in the last 10 years, is people that are moving into storage and they're not sure yet where they want to go.
Interesting. Does age have a lot to do with it? You find the older folks moving further south and the younger folks staying close?
Not really. We actually moved a lot of professionals to Florida that they realize they can work from home and it's not a big deal working from home today. And everybody look for more space.
Got it. Taxes are cheap and the weather's warm, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you, guys. Christina, Ross, appreciate you.
Thank you.